Welcome to Paymate Software's Acclaim product demo, and thank you for taking the time to check us out. Acclaim is a robust payroll solution for our Canadian customers, available in both English and French. Developed in-house at our Ontario location, Acclaim provides you with the dependable tools you need to quickly and accurately process payroll, no matter which province you're in. In this demo, we'll first explore how you can easily process your own payroll and Acclaim's reporting capabilities. Then we'll briefly take a look at what you need to do for your initial setup of Acclaim to make sure your payroll runs smoothly. If you have specific questions or would like to try out Acclaim for yourself, you are more than welcome to contact us for a free trial. All the contact information will be available here and at the end of this video, as well as in the description box. Acclaim is offered in two types of delivery options, either hosted or on-premise. It's the same software, just one is downloaded locally. The first thing we're going to do is log in and select our company along with the year. Acclaim offers the ability to have an unlimited number of companies for easy access. By selecting any year, you can also see your own detailed historical data, but by default, Acclaim will use the current year. The application will open and you can start to process your payroll. Alright, now that we're ready to begin processing our payroll, let's go through the 7 simple steps we'll be walking through. 1. Selecting your pay period. 2. Creating and editing your timesheets. 3. Printing your payroll journal. 4. Printing your payslips and checks. 5. Printing your check or deposit register. 6. Create and upload your bank file. 7. Post your timesheets. And 8. Exporting to your accounting system. Let's go through these steps together. So first, let's specify our pay period and pay group. Let's say we've already ran payroll for this pay group, but you forgot to run payroll for a single individual. Don't worry, you can reopen and reuse these pay groups as often as you want. It's also within Acclaim's functionality to disable particular payroll categories, something we'll talk about later, though the standard ones are already checked off for you. We've already got this set up from past pay runs, so let's move on. Now we can select Process Payroll, and more navigation menu options will appear at the top, like job costing and banking. For now, we can review or edit our employees' timesheets here in the window if needed. We can generate and edit timesheets for all active employees in this specific group. If you click on an employee, you can see that their earnings and deductions are already calculated automatically. If you have employees who are working variable hours, you can adjust them accordingly here. You can also review your labor allocation details here if this applies to your organization. Work details are available through the reports section that we're going to talk about later. After we're done with the timesheets, we can print the payroll journal. This prints out all the timesheets we entered for the pay period. There are lots of filters here you can apply to really make the data useful for you. We can preview before printing to ensure that we print it correctly the first time. Or we don't have to print it at all, since Acclaim allows you to save it as a PDF. After we have our payroll journal printed, we can print our checks and payslips in the same print drop-down menu we used in the last step. There are 9 predefined styles that Paymate offers, but we can also customize our own if we have our own format. This is just a regular pay run, so all our check customizations are already set up from the first time. You can also choose to email your employees their payslips. The payslip will be sent to the employee's email address as a password-protected PDF email attachment. Now we can preview and print just like our payroll journal if you prefer hard copies of the payslips. After printing our checks and payslips, we can consolidate all that information through the check or deposit register. The check register prints out all the payments you made by check for this pay period. Just select Check Register from the same print drop-down menu, and we can preview and print as usual. If you're paying by direct deposit, you can use the same steps to preview and print the deposit register instead. This is just a regular pay run, so we'll need to create and upload a bank file to pay our employees if you pay by direct deposit. Just select the particular bank and fill in all the necessary details. There's an option to compile your files to the bank for all your pay groups at once too. We'll talk a little bit more about pay groups later, but essentially if you have a pay group that contains employees who are paid, let's say, semi-monthly and monthly, Acclaim can put these files in a single one instead of manually having 2 or 3 different ones. This will save you on uploading costs. When that's done, the final step is to post your timesheets to the employee history file. Think of it like the final draft of your process. Everything we've been doing up until now has just been the working draft, and we could go back and make any changes if we want to. Once we post our timesheets, it's the final draft. When you open the window to post your timesheets, it's recommended that you back up your data, and Acclaim will prompt you to print your update journal and balance sheet. So afterwards, when we post, Acclaim will ask you to type in post to ensure that this is what you want to do. There we go, we've completed a pay run. As an optional last step, you can export it to your accounting system. Acclaim offers integration to a variety of accounting systems. Just select the one that you're looking for and fill in some details, then click export and we're done. Of course, after you finish a payroll run, you're going to want to take a look at some of the reporting capabilities of Acclaim. So let's take a look at that next. Simple and concise reports are a standard of Acclaim. Flexibility in report parameters like payment dates, calendar period ranges, and specific departments are included features. Let's take a look at some of the key reports that you will use. The General Ledger report can be used to review before interfacing to your accounting system software. The Government Remittance report can be used to quickly produce the required information to report your earnings and submit your remittance payment. Just select the groups to include, like departments or pay groups, choose the date range, and you can preview and print. Most Canadian companies are also required to submit workers' compensation. With Acclaim, you can calculate the amount that's due and quickly retrieve that information through this report. At the end of the year, you'll want to generate your T4s and T4As. For our Quebec friends, you'll need your RL1s as well. Acclaim can generate these based on your payroll data to speed up the process and minimize manual entry, and provides the options of printing or producing an electronic file for uploading. The software can also generate your records of employment for you as required. Now that you're familiar with some of the reporting capabilities of Acclaim, let's take a look at what we needed to set up to get here. Other than defining the basic company information like company name and address, contact information, and taxation numbers for EI, there are a couple of other very important features that we'll need to define to make sure our pay runs are as efficient as possible. First, let's talk about where you can find your employees' account numbers. If you select Setup and then Employees, it'll bring up a list of them. When you select the employee, you can see their banking information and the choice to pay them by direct deposit. If you're an organization that pays through direct deposit, you want to make sure that this is checked off. Next are your payroll groups. These are your groups of employees that share payroll frequencies and other similar characteristics. Payroll frequencies are how often your employees will be paid. For example, Canadian companies often pay their employees bi-weekly or semi-monthly. For organizations that have multiple payroll groups, you can define as many payroll frequencies as you want to meet your business requirements. Paymate Acclaim offers 10 types of payroll frequencies for you to choose from. Your payroll categories also need to be defined. These are your types of earnings, benefits, or deductions that your employees will receive, like hourly wages, vacation pay, and others. Acclaim has the capabilities to define formulas associated to pay categories to process any complex calculation requirements, like RRSP deduction based on a percentage of eligible earnings. Acclaim comes with most standard payroll categories, yet also has the ability to add more if it's something you need. When you create a new category, Acclaim will choose the standard taxes and deductions for you to apply to this category, but you can also choose to enable or disable certain ones if that's what you want. Next, we have to control our parameters for paying our employees through Acclaim's pay card. We have full control over managing all applicable payroll categories, like wage rates, eligibility for overtime, vacation and sick day accruals, and enrollment for retirement plans, union dues, and more. Here, you can set up user access if you have more than one person doing payroll, and perhaps you want to restrict what they can do. There are two ways you can limit a user's access. First, you can limit the user from accessing certain menu options. The second way is to limit the user based on payroll groups. So that's how you can do your initial setup of Acclaim to make sure you can process your payrolls easily and efficiently. Acclaim is easy to set up and simple to use, with everything you need at your fingertips. Today, we looked at how we can easily and efficiently run a payroll with Acclaim. If you're interested in seeing demos for our other solutions, like time and attendance or human resources, or our other products, you can find the links for these on our website or in the description box. If you'd like to try out Acclaim for free, or if you have any questions, you can call us at 1-866-PAYMATE, extension 2, or email us at sales@paymatesoftware.com. Thank you once again for tuning into our Paymate Acclaim demo. Have a wonderful day.